So we're looking at examples of how do you turn situations around, and one that happened to me. I was in a mediation, and there was a young woman lawyer, and I realized in the first 5 minutes of the mediation that I had categorized her in my mind as the bitch lawyer from hell. She refused to use first names, and everything was like really hard. And Mr. Jones, what did you think about that? You know, everything was like this. She was just like really pushing. And while I was sitting there, I began to realize that my categorization of her as the bitch lawyer from hell was not going to be useful. I needed to change that. And so while she was talking, I just looked at her and realized she's a young woman. She went through law school, and she was called to the bar and got a job, and now she was out there working, and she was playing the bitch lawyer from hell role, and she was doing a really, really good job of it. And so I started to admire her and her skills and all that she had been through to get to where she was here today. And within that admiration, I wasn't aware that I made any change in my external opinions. I was just listening to what she said and admiring her skills. But that change, I call it the conscious projection of goodwill, that changed the dynamic in the interactions in the room. I mean, her hardness started to fall away, and she started to sort of engage much more as a human being with everybody, and we all did with her. And I believe that, to me, that was magical, if you like. It was one of, and I used to call it magical, but I found that lawyers really weren't really ready for magic. But it was a magical transition because it only occurred in my head, and yet it changed the dynamic throughout the room just by consciously projecting goodwill at her as she was speaking.